Hey YouTube, thanks for dropping in to check out another Prophet Pickz episode. In this one, we're going to recap yesterday, of course. We're going to take a look at our overall progress, and then we'll see what the moves are for tonight. But of course, if you're enjoying this content, please do not forget to like, subscribe, drop some comments below. I'd love to start chatting with you guys, and I would appreciate the support. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's recap yesterday. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and let's recap last night's action. Starting out with Christian Braun over 11.5 points. We were right on this one. It looks to potentially be a bounce back spot for him. We'll see where he goes with this heading into January, but I do know he ended up putting up 20 last night, which is well over this number of 11.5, and I believe 20 was the most he scored throughout the month of December. So we'll see what that means for him going forward. Next one up is Norman Powell over 23.5 points. Powell did in fact go to work against the Pelicans last night. The Pelicans are struggling. They looked good early on. They actually throughout most of the game they looked good, and we'll talk about that later because we dropped that one laying the points with the Clippers. But anyways, I think Powell got off to a little bit of a slow start. He ends up putting up 35 total, so we cashed that one comfortably. Next one up, Mavericks plus 3.5. This one's pretty wild. So when we placed this one, there was no mention of Kyrie potentially being out. There was no questionable designation or anything like that from what I recall seeing. And all of a sudden, Kyrie's listed out, and and the line moves 3 points to 6.5. That's crazy. So it wasn't necessarily the dramatic move that turned me away from this one. It was the fact that Kyrie was out. That's a little bit rough considering how spread thin that the Mavericks already were without Doncic and without the guys. They got injuries and suspensions all around basically. So in general, they're just really spread thin. And with Kyrie out, for me that was a deal breaker. But I had already placed the bet and I couldn't go back on it. So I did mention in the comments, however, that I was going to add a bet in place of this one, and we did cash that one. So we'll talk about that one next, actually. That's going to be Kobe White over 17.5 points. I like that spot for him. He ended up cashing that. He ended up getting the over, obviously. We cashed that, and then that puts us to 3-2. The second one that we dropped for the night, and the last one of the night was Clippers -5. The Pelicans came to play yesterday, at least for most of the game. The Clippers ended up pulling out the win only by 3 points, so we dropped this one. So, that's it for the recap. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at our progress. All right, so let's go ahead and review our progress real quick. Latest result last night was 3-2. Current record is 20-9. Our total gain is 8.5 units, basically. Our win percentage did take a little bit of a hit last night. Went down from, I think it was like 70. It's to 68.9 now. Absolutely no complaints. These are great numbers, and I'm looking forward to stringing together another Green Day today. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at today's action. All right, so let's move along to tonight's action. Starting out with Derek White, over 15.5 points. White has cleared this number in 21 of 31 games this year. In the last 3 versus Toronto, he has cleared this number in all 3, with the lowest being 18, so he's really covered this comfortably. The Raptors also allow a lot of points to the position, so he's got that going for him as well. I like this spot for him. Next one up, and I hope he plays. He's eluded us twice this year when we bet him for ultimately not playing, but it's Giannis, over 31.5. We're on him again here. Hoping he actually plays. Like I said, this is a good opportunity for Giannis to clear this number. He's done so 15 out of 24 games, and the Pacers struggle against the position, of course. We all know Giannis is an elite scorer. I think he's going to go to work on the Pacers if he plays, and the books have this as a higher total. I think he's obviously going to get a big piece of that if that's the case. Moving on to the last one. We only have 3 for today. Again, if I end up adding some, they will be in the comments. I think the past 2 or 3 days I ended up adding some because there was one change or another. So please keep your eye out there before tip-off. I try to get those out as soon as I can if there is a change. So again, just check on that. Last one, guys. Victor Wembanyama, over 25.5 points. Wemby has been able to score a good amount of points as of late, clearing this number 7 out of 11 games played in December. And I know the Clippers generally play good defense, but they're on the end of a back-to-back here on the road, and Wemby has shown us, especially as of late, that no defense is guaranteed to defend him. He cleared this number in the last 4 out of 5 games against some defenses that play the position pretty well, which includes New York, Philly, Minnesota, and Portland. So I think this could be a good spot for Wemby to keep building on, and I think he gets us over here tonight. All right, guys, I hate to say it, but I got to wrap this one up and cut out. If you've enjoyed this content, please do not forget to like, subscribe, drop some comments below. Today is New Year's Eve, so, of course, bet and celebrate responsibly. Have fun. Good luck with whatever you do. Take care, and I'll check you guys in the next one.